to TWF Dynamite or Might. I am Jim Ross, here with Lois and with Wade Barrett. And today on Dynamite or Might, we're going to see, well, it seems that we're going to get bigger. It seems that Kenny Omega's back, and he's hoping that he's got a bigger team. Since we didn't get Nick Buck or Matt Buck yet, and since they didn't get Buddy Fish yet or Cass O'Reilly yet, they're hoping that they're going to give us a bigger team, Jim Ross says. Well, Lois said they're already a big team. It's already Kenny Omega and Adam Cole already bullshitting that they run and lead everything, but they haven't really kept any of their oaths. Because they haven't kept any of their oaths since last year, Lois says. Well, Wade Barrett said, what oaths are you talking about they didn't keep? Well, the one when Kenny Omega told everyone he was going to beat Roman Reigns and he was going to become the TWF, or he was going to become the World Heavyweight Fighter. He didn't keep that oath, Lois said. Well, Wade Barrett said he did win the TWF heavyweight winnings for like a week before he ended up losing it to Brock Lesnar. Well, here they come now. It seems that everyone thinks they're cool these days because everyone has, a team. AEW's all known for their team. WWE has their teams. But you see, okay. Where is this coming from? I don't know. I don't know where this came from. But whatever, I don't know where it came from. But you see, everybody says they have their teams, But at the end, whatever. Well, everyone says they have their teams. But at the end of the day, we're going to make our team bigger, Kenny Omega says. Yeah, Adam Cole says, we're going to make our team bigger. You see, we can't get our hands on Nick Buck or Matt Buck because they're worth too much. And we couldn't get both of them the time we were at Walmart. Yeah, because you know how cheap Gil Kim is. But anyway, that's not a sense. But we got some folks that are probably as good or will be as good one day. We got in the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Yep, the Jackal says, you don't forget about the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Cal Anderson. They were former two-time WWE Raw team fighters, two-time IW team fighters, and that's really all I can think of, because I can't think of anything else they didn't do. Wow, we also won the NJPW team winnings about 2 times. Yeah, I forgot about that. We call ourselves the Elite or the Top, or whatever we call ourselves. Now, we got more followers now. So that means folks that were giving us a hard time, folks that should have not been giving us a hard time, but sadly won't do so much anymore, Jackal says. Well, when they're talking about folks who have been giving them a hard time, they've been talking about their hangs up with Asuka at one point. Their dealings, well, it looks like they know who they're talking about. Oh boy, it seems that your team got bigger now, Mickey Mouse says, but that's still gonna make you a bunch of creeps, And at the end of the day, no one's gonna take you earnest at all. I mean, let's look at you, Kenny Omega, with your one hand down and your one hand up. You haven't really done anything. You bullshit everyone into believing you were AEW's answer to Roman Reigns, but once again, you lost. Then you called yourself the gatherer, and you were gathering up all the small winnings. Oh, you were the AAA heavyweight fighter, the NJPW heavyweight fighter. You were the PWG heavyweight fighter. You were the AEW heavyweight fighter and the IW heavyweight fighter. What happened? You gave up all your winnings, lost one of your winnings to Adam Page, lost the other winnings to Christian Cage. So you did not outdo Roman Reigns. I am sorry. And you didn't keep your goal either. You lost to Roman Reigns every time you wrestled him in the TWF. You can say that you were, a TWF heavyweight fighter when you beat Biggie Langston. You held for like a week or so before you lost it to Brock Lesnar. And let's not start talking about Adam Cole, baby, who thinks he's the shit, but he's not. You're not the shit. This is a man who just left WWE for AEW, but behaves the same bloody way he's behaved when he left WWE. So he hangs out with the old friends. Were you a liar, Adam Cole? You said you didn't want to hang out with Buddy Fish and Kyle O'Reilly anymore. You didn't want nothing to do with Roderick Strong anymore. You didn't want anything to do with Kenny Omega and Nick Buck and Matt Buck. Liar, because you started hanging out with them. So it's just AEW offshooting from WWE thing. How first? Then, let's talk about you, Jackal or Cyrus or Don Covens or whatever you call yourself. Somehow, some way, you end up overseeing a wrestler who can talk. Yeah, back in the day, you thought Kurgan was the one that was going to give you the winnings, but it didn't work out. Kurgan didn't work out. Next thing you know, you started with Rhino, and that was all right. But he won the ECW heavyweight winnings after you were no longer his overseer anymore. Then, because you couldn't, and then you hanged out with Kenny Omega because you thought somehow, some way he would do what all those other ones you couldn't do. And you really didn't do very well with all the folks you were overseer of, were you? I mean, Kurgan really didn't go anywhere. Recon and Sniper and Tank really didn't do that much underneath your lead, underneath that. Yeah, you had Farouk and Bradshaw for at least 3 months. You would have been in the Undertaker's Phantom of Darkness, but whatever. You were working for the Undertaker then. How'd that go? Then you had Rhino and Haljo Kojeri and you had, what was his name? Stephen Cor. I don't know whatever his name was. And you had, I don't know, Steve Corino and Jerry Lynn. You think they were cool? And Rhino, yeah. And somehow now you hang out with Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Buddy Fish, Nick Buck, and Matt Buck. Didn't really do well for yourself, did you? And let's not get started about talking about Kyle Anderson and Luke Gallows. Oh, former Kang. Oh, Festus. Luke Gallows. Oh, Dark Gallows. Oh, I'm the overseer of madness. Are you going to run us down? Or are we going to have a match or fight here today, Mickey Mouse? Oh, I'm going to wrestle one of you ones. Hey, let me beat the shit out of you, Adam Cole says, because you're not worth Kenny Omega's time. No, Kenny Omega said. I'll beat the shit out of you, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I will. I've never been a big follower of Disney at all, so I won't mind beating the first Disney self there ever was. Well, it looks like we're gonna have that. It looks like we're gonna have Kenny Omega, fight Mickey Mouse here today on Dynamite or Mike. He didn't like being slighted. He didn't like being scathed. He didn't like being scathed or slighted in any way, Jim Ross says. Well, no, he didn't like it when you made a mistake. You didn't like it, Jim Ross, when you made that mistake, Wade Barrett said, and you said he was a WWE heavyweight fighter. That slighted him. Well, so I make mistakes. Big deal. I make mistakes. And right now, Kenny Omega's in there hoping to make up for his, for not keeping his word and his oath, taking down Mickey Mouse. And he said he likes beating up on Disney cells. Well, at the end of the day, Mickey Mouse is the first Disney cell there ever was. You know, Jim Ross says. Yeah, well, he always said Kenny Omega, he could not make everyone believe he was the two-ford, he was AEW's answer to Roman Reigns. He couldn't keep that up going. I mean, he lost the IW heavyweight winnings to Christian Cage, that went on to lose it to Jason Alexander, whoever he is. And then he lost the AEW heavyweight winnings to Adam Page, and went on to lose to CM Punk. Kenny Omega thinks he's so great, but he's not, Jim Ross says. He's not all great either, he always says. Well, I'll give the man some thanks. Somehow David Meltzer loves him. David Meltzer loves a lot of wrestlers. Doesn't mean they're great. That's just his fucking belief. Wade Barrett says Kenny Omega somehow he won the AAA heavyweight winnings, the NJPW heavyweight winnings, the PWG winnings, the IW winnings, AEW winnings all at the same time. Wade Barrett said, no, he did not, Jim Ross said. He won some of them before he even came into AEW. And Mickey Mouse body slammed in Kenny Omega, who is no longer any of those no longer heavyweight fighter to any of those wrestling businesses, Jim Ross says. Kenny Omega clothesline and thrown out of the ring by Mickey Mouse. And now the Jackal or Cyrus is up there starting shit with Mickey Mouse. Jim Ross said, yeah, what kind of fucker he is. And while the Fight Lord's dealing with the Jackal or Cyrus, oh, and Adam Cole just did the knee in the back of the head of Mickey Mouse's head. Jim Ross said, well, weaklings. Well, he always said they are nothing more than bullies, creeps, heels, and weaklings. And the Good Brothers, they're bully, creeps, and weaklings too, and heels. Bullies, heels, creeps, and weaklings. Hey, well, he's all made out of stuff anyway, and Mickey Mouse won't feel anything. You know? And now Kenny Omega gets right back in the ring after his friends do his dirty work, Jim Ross says. Yeah, Wade Barrett says, it's good to have friends. You know, Mickey Mouse wish he had all his friends around too. Goofy and Donald Duck and Minnie Mouse with his girlfriend or all the other bullshit weird friends he has. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Kenny Omega. Well, Wade Barrett said, it looks like that Mickey Mouse took another loss to the hands of Kenny Omega. With the help, by himself, he didn't need no help, Wade Barrett said. He did all by himself. Well, that's a lie, he always said. That's a dirty lie, and I'll tell you why. Because we just saw the Jackal get the Fight Keeper to do his shit. And while that was going on with Adam Cole, Cal Anderson and Luke Gallo beat up on Mickey Mouse. So, no, he didn't do it by himself. Elo said, you're right about that, Jim Ross said. Kenny Omega beat Mickey Mouse, but with the help of others. That's pretty much all his whole yesteryear of wrestling has been other folks helping him out to win. You know, and if David Meltzer don't want to hear that, well, that's too bad. You know? But at the end of the day, Kenny Omega still beat Mickey Mouse, even though with the help of his friends, Jim Ross says. And I know one man who's going to be talking with Mickey Mouse now, and that is going to be Gorilla Monsoon. Well, Mickey Mouse, it looks like things didn't quite go the way you want them to go, sadly, friend. You fought Kenny Omega, But you had to deal with Adam Cole and Luke Gallows and Cal Anderson and Jackal too. I'll tell you what, Mickey Mouse says. If Kenny Omega thinks that I'm just going to give up, if he thinks I'm just going to yield, well, he's got another guest coming. I don't care how many times I get beat up by him. I'm going to keep on coming back. You know, everybody likes to say it's so cool he beat up on the first Disney self, and I was one of the first Disney live drawings. But anyway, Kenny Omega, I'll tell you right now, you're a weakling, you're a bully, you're a heel, you're a creep, and so are your friends. And you want to scathe me and my friends and what I then did? Hey, at least I never had my friends do the shit. At least my friends never did shit to you like your friends did to me. Well, I can tell you one thing, Gorilla Monsoon says. This ongoing hangout between Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, Luke Gallows, Cal Anderson, and Jackal is probably long from over. Oh, and I'm telling you what. At the end of the day, if they thought their hangs up with Asuka was bad, well, I'm just going to make it worse. Well, that was my talk with Mickey Mouse. Back to you, Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Mickey Mouse here today on Dynamite or Might. And it looks like it is all the time we have here for Dynamite or Might. I am Jim Ross for Elois and Way Barrett. We hope you like Dynamite or Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact on Access TV or Smash on Inside Farseer. Bye.